This is Close Combat, Panthers in the Fog. You're watching episode 13 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. Let's run it back at L'Abbaye Blance. We have F Company 120th Infantry taking on SS Panzer Regiment 2. We're still underpowered in this 1400 fight, but we are bringing some air support. Let's hope for another Typhoon, because anything else isn't going to be very useful. Memphis Belle is on mission number 2. Based on their remaining infantry, I don't see them getting to mission 25. We'll see how this one goes. We know that the enemy broke out just a little bit here in the previous fight, so we'll see if we can do something to combat that in this go. Enemy has Panzer Grenadier, 3 Panthers, couple recons, and some AT guns. I don't think that we can really stop that, but we'll see what we can make happen. In the north, I have Virgil holding down the multi-story building in front of the flag. They didn't push this direction really, but they were set up in the trees, and I don't want to just have a completely open northern flank. Moving way to the west, we have Jack with one of our AT guns. They are set up in a 2-story building looking to the east. They could theoretically spawn out on the road with a tank, and even if they don't, we did learn that they will drive their tank through the trees. So in an attempt to curb any expansion to the west, I've gone ahead and moved Jack out there, and then if something rolls out, hopefully we'll wait for Jack to get a nice clean shot because there's tons of open ground for them to line up for. Phil, Luke, and Danny Boy are all covering the first row of buildings in our territory, but from afar. Because the enemy armor did just start blasting those buildings, I don't want to have them right in there as the primary target. I don't like the enemy taking our buildings, but I would rather shoot at them and throw grenades at them than have the tank directly engage me. I don't know if this will work better, but we'll see how it plays out. Behind them, I do have Dennis. Dennis has everybody in their circle of influence, and I'm hoping that that keeps them a little bit more rallied. And Dennis can kind of see the 4-way intersection, but that's really the only place that Dennis could help fight. Eugene is in the same spot they were before. They can see all the way up the road, and the plan here is, again, just lock down this avenue of approach if the enemy armor comes rolling down there, and we'll see if that works out for us. It might not this time, but Eugene did a great job, so I want to try it again. Valentine is hiding in the 5-story steeple. This position didn't work super good. Once they figured out they were there, every single cannon started shooting at them, and it was bad. But they did have really good line of sight, so I'm hoping that this lets everyone else see what's going on, and we'll try and keep Valentine disengaged and just use them to spot. Rascal is holding the building on the east by themselves. This is another hot spot where they drew a lot of fire and there wasn't a lot of protection. And so if the tanks can see Rascal, Rascal's having a bad day. The goal here would be not to necessarily engage anything that just doesn't walk right up to them, and try and allow the enemy infantry to maneuver into the town where maybe we have more firepower concentrated, and Rascal's just there as a tripwire in case they do actually come down the east edge. Rascal can start lobbing grenades at them and maybe then pull back before tanks hit them. But I did use Rascal before to engage at range, and I think I got to try and avoid that. We'll see if I do. I might forget that 30 seconds from now, but that would be my plan. We are spread thin. We don't have good firepower, and they're taking ground. So we'll see what we can do to stem the flow, but it is going to be a struggle. Yep, we can see them. They are in the back. We got to wait for that air support, so unfortunately we can't just engage these guys right now. AT gun. I don't think he can see anybody. We're just going to have to wait for them to come up. I do have the AT guns on hide as well so that they don't start plinking rounds at infantry. We'll see if that costs me. They are expanding to the west right now. And I didn't take this because last time it drew a lot of fire, but we might have to surrender this 2-story and hope that a single squad can handle it. They do have BAR, but I don't know if one BAR is going to hold these guys back. So yeah, like right now, we wouldn't want Eugene targeting this infantry. We want to let their armor come around. Same goes with Jack. They do have to get actually out of their territory for Jack to be able to work on them. So Jack's kind of a last line of defense sort of situation. They did make it to this 2-story. Who knows? We might wait here a minute for these guys to make some progress. We're about to get contact in the north. They did make it to the 2-story building. Looks like at least a second squad coming in. I don't love that, but at least they're also not bunching up in the south against our guys. Here we go. I don't know if I just leave them on ambush for a minute, let them do what they can, and then go back to hiding. I mean, that did seem to work. Okay, here we go again. We are being engaged from the southeast. We got MG fire coming up. We have taken a casualty already. It doesn't last long. Uh-oh, they are kind of causing problems. Get out of the building. Or at least get back away from the building. Tanks have line of sight through the trees, so that's not super clean. That's not great. Who knows if that means that the tank will try to come this way, though. Kind of seems like at least one is. Uh-oh, they are bum rushing us. Virgil, get moving. The fact that they can see me in the middle of that building is so mind-boggling. I find it highly unlikely that they could see up 3 stories into the center of a building and spot movement. Virgil's going down. 100%. Yep, they surrendered. Okay, Virgil's lost. North flank is open. Infantry is moving somewhere right here. They are coming. They're going to take the bridge. Might open up with Phil. I don't know. All right, we'll see how this plays out for a moment. They haven't identified it, or the tank is choosing not to engage, but it's going okay. I don't know if I need to put Jack on defend, just in case these guys do get spotted so that they don't get overrun. They can engage them at range. All right, we've lost line of sight of the infantry down there. We are trying to target these guys a little further north. Losing Virgil does suck because we've lost Contain. And, you know, I could have put more up there. We still would have lost them all no matter what. The fact that they could shoot through the trees with impunity makes it very difficult to defend this position without having some armor or vehicles or something like that. So, going forward, assuming that they don't move further west, we might have to try and hold the hedgerow, but then they've got elevation. So then you start looking further back. Like, there's nothing up there that we can defend from. So we might have to let it go, basically, until vehicles arrive, which has to be sooner than later because we're already down to our final platoon, our final full-strength platoon. We're going to lose Virgil here, so we need another platoon, and it's our last one. That's not ideal. We're not getting good hits. I don't know if we hold fire for a minute and see if they'll stand up and start moving. We got contacts moving south. Okay, Jack can't see. I don't know, too, if this is where Valentine comes out and tries to move west. And to be honest, I don't know where Valentine would go, but we'll get them moving west. I don't know if we're going to try and take this 2-3-story building or try and get here. I feel like that's too close to their position. Let's see. Jack. Keep engaging. We have no HE rounds either, so like we are wasting AP ammo. All right, they still haven't moved. Fill medium effectiveness. Nothing there. These guys are pinned. Just put Jack back on defend. Let him save it for decent shots. They'll probably move down and take the bridge flag. That might start really limiting and restricting where we can spawn in the future. Jack sees these guys pretty well. Not great effectiveness. Maybe hold fire for a minute, see if they'll stand up and start moving again. Tanks do not want to roll out. How are we going over here with Valentine? They're moving. All right, so when they get there, there's enough curve in the railroad tracks that they might be able to make the run over here. Yep, these guys are moving. Jack, engage. We could definitely get overrun by the recon if they got close enough, but they are in the open, so let's see if we can pick these guys off. Airstrike. It's a P-38. That's not great. That's not great, guys. There is infantry here. I don't know. P-38's only gun run, like no rockets or anything like that. I don't know. I've never used the P-38, so if there was a tank somewhat near infantry, that would be the way to go. That guy's coming through. Jack might be able to target it. I could target this one. Just see what happens if we hit this AT gun, and maybe then we'll at least know what the P-38 looks like. Okay, nice. Got a full kill there. Okay, so P-38, highly effective against AT guns. All right, Jack wiped those guys out. Way to go, Jack. There's a red dot here somewhere, but I don't see the target. Aha! There he is. All right, we'll just leave Jack on defend. And now we're in really bad position. We don't know what his line of sight necessarily looks like. He might have way more obstructions with the trees, but I don't know that we can count on opening up with impunity like we have been. So just kind of play this safe. Their morale's dipped. It's just not great. I could ask for a ceasefire and just see where that gets us. That might be the play, is just see if they'll take the ceasefire, and if not, then we'll just keep going. Yeah, so they won't even accept it. We're just going to have to keep waiting it out, see if the tank will go a little bit further, see if infantry will make another push. We're doing okay. Nobody wants to advance, which is funny given that, you know, they're on the offensive. Jack's doing okay. Valentine made it. You guys are winded, so you can rest. As I mentioned, I don't think we could take this 2-story. I don't think we can get that far up without being spotted. So I think we just have to defend from afar, and they'll have to try and support Jack through the hedges the best they can. I guess it's mostly just trees. That row of hedges does not continue. This is not hedges. So we'll have some little obscurities with the trees, but I think we can still be relatively effective in support. We have no mortars, so we can't try and like pound these guys into submission. If I move up to try and take the shot here, we got this tank that can mess us up. Same situation here. If I try and cross, we probably get shot at. There's 2 tanks unaccounted for. Last seen somewhere back here. Never spotted the other AT gun, as far as I know. Maybe I saw it at the beginning and I just dismissed it and looked at the tanks, but we only saw that, so we're probably assuming there's another AT gun back here. In the previous fight, they did have somebody stashed back here who could somehow see this 3-story, so I can't really move those guys. I don't know if their morale will chip away as they just struggle. Nothing. Tank is coming out. Panther moving. He'd have to come around the house or south. If he goes south, I don't know if we'll genuinely see him. There seems to be a little bit of an issue there. Contact moving. Luke. Might have to wait. Danny boy. Open up. Get their heads down. Ooh, no effectiveness. Jack has no effectiveness. We need to try and get a rear shot like that. Oh, boom! There we go, Jack. Yes. The patience pays off. Okay. Now, I would say they would take the ceasefire. They are starting to coagulate here. It might be a problem for us because they could definitely overrun us. The smart thing to do might just be to take the ceasefire. I don't know that I want to try and fight this out. No line of sight there. So it really is just on Danny boy. Who else is he shooting at? Something deeper? Oh, he's trying to hit those guys. Dennis can't help either, I don't believe, so just barely. Almost can see over that building or something. Nothing's coming for Eugene, so Eugene can't pick off another tank. Is that shooting at Danny boy? Phil can open up again, I guess, since that tank's dead. Do I try and move up and take this building? I could do that. Like, I could send Valentine out on the long trek and see if they survive. Try and retake that flag. And we can just fight it out until we either get contact on Valentine or Valentine succeeds. I like that idea a little bit just because I had to surrender it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I couldn't retake it. They might not be there. I don't know. We did get the guy on the tracks. I don't know if we can really do much about these 2 guys, 3 guys in the trees. Phil, like a lot of these guys over here on the right side of the building are looking through there, and we've only got like this 1 or 2 on the west edge that can see. MG fire, that's a problem. Try and get them pulled back a little bit. So I could engage with Eugene here. Drawback is it gives away Eugene's position, and they don't have HE. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take Danny Boy over to the right side of the building. Just get them out of line of sight from that machine gun. And Rascal does have line of sight if we needed them to, so we want to keep them alive. But if we have to use them to help support Danny Boy or something, then that is an option. Valentine is making the move. I would expect that they could, yeah, they can see. So if they're on the west edge, if they're looking, we should probably get contact soon. If they are not in that building, we'll probably be able to just go snag the flag and set up shop in there. All right, they are almost there. Another minute on them. There we go. Luke has line of sight. At least one or two guys. Let's go ahead and open up. Not the BAR. Looks like the only people that can see are the two assistants. And they don't have a weapon. This is when they need to use their initiative. Like, hey, bro, I got the BAR. Let me squeeze by to the right side. Because that's not very helpful if, like, one guy's sitting in the window like, I can see him, I can see him. I don't have a weapon. I can't shoot, but I can see him. No sign of movement from a second or third tank. Panzer Grenadier still hasn't moved. They are letting us get close. I don't know. We'll run right there and see what that does. Oh, can we move into this building unidentified and nobody notices? With this tank dead, it gives me a little bit more ambition to move up here, but suppose there's a tank sitting right there staring at me and I just don't see it. This is where the risk comes from. We are arriving at the flag. Doesn't seem like anybody cares, so they're either over here, or not there at all.
Sir, the enemy has offered a ceasefire.
All right, flag recaptured. Men moving in. Let's just clear the building, make sure that they're not set up shop in the opposite corner. There's our dead squad.
That's suicide.
What? Luke? That was wild. I've never seen or heard them make that kind of call out. I've heard that like in close combat too, like something similar when it's like, you go, sniper, go charge the tank, or, something stupid like that. But like these guys just walked into this building like, no, I don't think so. Can we hit that guy? We are drawing fire from the northeast. I hear grenades. Is that still us? They in this building? Yep, right here. And Phil cannot help. Dennis cannot help either. We are contact in the north. They are on us. All right, we're taking the ceasefire now. Okay. I could have waited to see how that was going to play out. I didn't like the idea of it, so I think that was the best course of action. We still have 100% morale to their 54%, and that was what we needed to have happen. We can't beat these guys through sheer force. And even if they had brought their tanks out, there's no telling that, like, I'm going to get that one shot, one kill moment like I did. So, got to preserve what we can, buy some time, keep them bottled up in the back too, so that I don't have to go clear out buildings and stuff. And I think that's a pretty solid strategy. We are going to be a little ways out on getting support here, so it's going to be kind of rough in the next one. They killed one of ours and wounded 4. They took 2 prisoners. We killed 12, wounded 11, destroyed a tank, destroyed a gun. Up first is Dennis. They were just supporting everyone else. They didn't fight. No kills. Luke, 2 kills, and despite thinking it was a suicide mission, they didn't take any casualties. Phil, 3 kills, unharmed. Valentine made the run. They also didn't take casualties, which I'm surprised that they made that fight. And they took the flag, got some ground back for us, didn't die. Danny Boy did take 1 casualty, no kills. Kind of what happens when you leave the rifle squad there to deal with that. And then Virgil. Yeah, we lost you, Virgil. We're sorry about that. They did get 1 kill, but it's not enough to make a difference. Rascal was unharmed, no kills. They just sat down on the east side and nobody bothered him. Eugene, no action. Eugene did not see anybody and nobody saw Eugene. But Jack's where it's at. 2 silver stars, 1 tank kill, 5 infantry kills, and a CIB. So I think Jack is coming along quite nicely, let's say. Morale is peak. Leadership is awesome. Somehow the assistant leader is a better leader than the leader. Also has better experience. But I'm very proud of Jack. I like to see that, so we'll keep working with Jack. Enemy first platoon leader is unharmed. Panzer Grenadier with 1 kill. No kills. 1 kill. No kills. 1 kill wiped out. No kills. Panther unharmed. Panther, I'm guessing this is the destroyed one, and we only got the leader. And then unharmed, 1 kill. Recon, these guys did not make progress, and they have no kills. This recon we did wipe out. They were the ones that were pushing Jack through the middle. AT gun, they got wiped out, and 1 kill. Interesting. So I would guess this second AT gun is the one that we called in the P-38 on. This one, I didn't even know we hit or shot at or saw. 1 guy survived, but I don't know where it was. So, interesting. Overall, very solid fight, solid performance. All things considered, I think that went very well. I did hang Virgil out there to die. Like that sucks, and it happened. But I did need to cover that spot, and we didn't have so many forces that I could set 2 or 3 squads up there. Had I done that, it really would have messed me up in defending the town, and who knows if they would have just pushed through to the south anyway. So just kind of picking and choosing battles here. They're going to break out sooner or later if I don't get reinforcements. So we might be looking more at defending this line of buildings next, and half the infantry here, AT gun, I don't know. We'll see what this does in the next round. But I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. Go ahead and like the video if so. You can click the subscribe button to support the channel, and you can support me as a content creator by becoming a channel member. Don't forget to hype up videos. It really helps support us and get content creators out there and grow smaller channels. So click the hype button. If you're on mobile, when you click like, it should automatically pop up. But where you see comments, if you scroll to the right one, it will say hype this video. Just click that. Doesn't do anything other than give me points and move me up the leaderboard. It acts basically like a like. It doesn't do anything else for you guys. You don't have to worry about it. Just click that button. Help me out. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.